Good evening, everyone.
好嘅你啊，什么毛给你？
Good evening, sir.
好毛？
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening. If we not muting now, then you can have the very beautiful different sounds from all around. So dear friends, today our focus will be on Wiry pulse, Thready pulse, and tight pulse. Wiry, Thready, and tight pulse. Okay. So let's try to understand the concept of this three pulse. हाँ जी, क्या हुआ? अभी क्लास चालू हो चुकी है भाई अभी तो। Okay. So let me explain first. And everything is written in the PDF. So for the reference purpose, when you will be reading the PDF, which will I attach later, then you'll find everything. So when we are checking the pulse on the radial artery, the blood is moving in the radial artery. Now, how the blood is moving, whether the blood is moving very smoothly or the blood is moving with very great force or blood is moving with very slow speed. Accordingly, we are checking the pulse. We are trying to find out how the blood is moving. कैसे ब्लड घूम रहा है हम इसी के बेस पर पता करते हैं, right? So suppose if there is a cold invasion in the human body, if there is an attack of the cold in the human body, अगर हमारे शरीर पर कोल्ड का आक्रमण हो जाए, so cold invasion, the attack of cold may be the attack of wind cold, attack of full cold, any type of the cold, किसी भी तरह का कोल्ड इन्वेजन हो जाए, whether the external cold, internal cold, like external cold, when attacking person is getting sneezing, runny nose, or there is a internal cold, right? Or the cold attack in stomach, or the cold attack in the intestine. So the attack of cold anywhere, or the retention of cold in the uterus. Okay. So any type of the cold, the nature of cold is, what is the nature of? To create contraction.
Contraction.
Yeah, very good. So the nature of cold is creating the contraction. So because of this contraction, we will see there is a tight muscles, right? There is a tight blood vessels. There is a tight channels. Everything will be tight. Okay. So because of this contraction, what will happen? Contraction will be there. Suppose this is the pipeline. And there is a contraction in the pipeline. Suppose there is a contraction in the pipeline. Here. So there is a contraction. So what will happen? It will do the restriction in the flow. So if we talk about the human body, if the cold is attacking or there is a cold inside, it will do restriction in the flow of chi, flow of blood. Okay. So we see the muscle will be tight, blood vessels will be tight, channels will be tight. And what we are checking in the pulse, we are checking blood vessels, we are checking radial artery. Then we'll see the pulse will be tight. Okay, so the tight pulse means there is a cold attack. So there might be many symptoms. If the person is having coldness in the body, then person will be having like aversion to cold. They are the symptoms. कि व्यक्ति को ठंड अच्छी नहीं लगेगी, जैसे ही ठंडा मौसम होगा वह भागेगा दूर. So aversion to cold, he is disliking cold. Disliking cold. Right? And even the arm and leg will be cold. हाथ पैर ठंडे हो जाएंगे. And because of the cold, tongue will be having white coating. Can you tell me the what type of the coating will be there on the tongue if there is a heat?
Yellow color.
Yes. So heat is creating yellow color coating. Cold is creating white color coating. So we see the person and you will see the tongue is having white coating. So now this is very good point. This is a very good time for you to do the good research. What if any patient is coming with a white coating, any patient is coming with a cold condition, any patient is coming with a sneezing or any type of the cold. Then what you do? Immediately check the pulse and then understand, oh, this is the tight pulse. So the tight pulse will be like, take a rope and twist it. Twisted rope. एक रस्सी को लो, खींचो और इसे मरोड़ दो. कैसे टाइट होगी? एकदम ऐसी, बहुत टाइट होगी. जैसे मानो एक आपने जैसे झूला झूलते हैं ना, झूले झूलने के लिए when we are tying some rope with a tree and just you are hanging, like just you are hanging, so it is very tight. Or you tie the rope with a window and twist it. So very twisted rope, how it looked like. So this pulse will be looking like that even you do the cross verification, if you check the muscle will be tight. Okay, because coldness is creating tightness. So in this way, whenever you see the tight pulse, so the tight pulse means coldness. I will tell you, so the tight pulse is look like a twisted rope. It is a twisted rope. Twisted, taut, tight rope. That is a tight pulse. So we have seen here, suppose there are many conditions. The condition number one, the person is having invasion of cold. Invasion of cold. Okay. So what will happen? It will create, it will constrict blood vessels. It will constrict muscles. It will constrict the channel. So there might be external cold or internal cold. So there is a constriction of the blood vessels, muscle and channel because of the cold, right? So it will create tight pulse. So condition number two. So many people are suffering with the pain. We know many people are suffering with the pain, like many acute pain. Okay. So what is pain? Pain is also, we are telling as per the TCM, the pain means chi stagnation. The pain means blood stagnation. So because of the stagnation of the chi, because of the stagnation of the blood, this condition, stagnation again. Just we have seen here with the example here, that if the pipeline is contracted with a cold, it will create tight pulse. Even here, if there is a chi stagnation, blood stagnation, and sometimes we can see tight pulse here. Okay. So point number 3 here. So this is condition I'm telling, especially in the acute. कि जैसे सडनली क्या हुआ, एकदम से पेन चालू हो गया. क्यों चालू हो गया? क्योंकि ची का स्टैग्नेशन हो गया, ब्लड का स्टैग्नेशन हो गया, जिसने टाइट पल्स क्रिएट कर दी. Yeah. So in this way, now suppose person is having another condition. What is the condition? There is an attack of coldness, but with some factor. There might be many factors like wind cold, damp cold. Let's take the example of damp. Like you can see, there is a cloudy weather. Cloudy weather means damp. And we can see there is a cold air. So that is coldness. कि एक तो बादल है और ठंडी हवा चल रही है, तो ये क्या cold damp. So if the cold damp accumulation, if the cold damp accumulation is happening, what will happen? See. तो एक चीज बताइए कि अगर कोल्ड और डैम्प का एक्यूमुलेशन होता है तो वो फ्लो को कम करेगा या फ्लो को तेज करेगा?
कम करेगा.
कम करेगा.
So whether it will reduce the flow, cold damp, or it will increase the flow, right?
कम करेगा सर.
Reduce the flow.
So it will reduce the flow. Again, as soon as the flow reduced, what will happen? Vessel tightened and the tight pulse developed. So here, so there is a cold damp accumulation. Because of the cold damp accumulation, it will make circulation slow. It will make Result, vessels are tight and there is a tight pulse. Okay. So we have seen the cold is, suppose now we'll take another example. Suppose again there is a cold. Now cold in the stomach. There is a cold in the stomach or in intestine. So suppose person eating lots of cold foods, lots of raw food, or some food cutting the salad, fruit keeping in the refrigerator and eating them, taking lots of raw food or salad in the night. And so these conditions might create coldness in the stomach, right? Or coldness in the intestine. So what will happen? It will create, as soon as the cold will enter in the stomach and the intestine, it will create spasm and cramps in stomach or intestine, right? So in this condition, it will create tight pulse. Because of spasm, it will create tight pulse. Okay. So we will see the tight pulse where on the stomach area where we are checking the stomach. So tight pulse means wherever we see the tight pulse, it is the cold condition. Or see, suppose some female is having coldness in uterus due to some reason, the coldness in the uterus. And it's very common in the women, and many women are suffering with the dysmenorrhea or painful period. Then we are checking the pulse and we are finding tight pulse. So the tight pulse means she's suffering with the coldness in the uterus. So cold is having contracting nature. Cold will tighten the muscles. Cold will tighten the blood vessels. Cold will tighten the channels. So radial artery pulse. Radial artery also will be tight. We will feel the tight pulse. So because of this contraction, tight pulse will be there. The meaning of tight pulse is there is a restriction of the movement of chi and blood. So the meaning of tight pulse is restriction of flow, where either the chi flow or the blood flow. That is the meaning of tight pulse. When the person is having cold too much in the body, then sweating will not be there. क्योंकि ठंड में पसीना नहीं निकलता. If you see in the cold, whether the cold season outside or cold inside the body, sweating chances are very less. So this was the condition we discussed of tight pulse. Okay. Now, let's move to the next pulse. That is wiry pulse. If you remember, yesterday in the previous class, we have discussed wiry pulse like a guitar string or bow string. Bow string, right? We know this is a bow, the bow string. It is very tight. Okay. So guitar string or the bow string. The wiry pulse also a taut pulse. Then whenever wiry pulse is there, what we are telling, oh, wiry pulse is there, it means Involvement of which organ or meridian? Wiry pulse means
liver,
liver.
Liver.
Yes, right. Liver. So what is the meaning of wiry? So point number one, liver is the very important organ in the human body. Liver. When we talk about the liver, we are not only talking about the liver organ, but we are talking about the liver meridian. And when we talk about the liver meridian, we are talking about the liver meridian external flow and liver meridian internal flow. Liver is also having internal flow. And if we see the liver meridian internal flow, the internal flow going on the top of the head, even it is going on the genital part. Liver is a very important meridian. Okay. So right now what I want to tell you, liver is responsible for free flow of chi. लिवर का काम है क्या करना? फ्री फ्लो ऑफ ची को बना के रखना. दिस इज द मेन वर्क ऑफ द लिवर, राइट? सो इफ द लिवर इज हैविंग सम इश्यू, सो इफ द फ्री फ्लो, अगर कहीं भी ऊर्जा का फ्री फ्लो नहीं हो रहा है, तभी तो हम फोरगेट लगाते हैं. फोरगेट क्या करता है बताइए? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ फोरगेट पॉइंट लिवर 3 and LI4?
Release everything.
So it
Reduce
release the
pain,
blockage
stagnation.
and release the stagnation and making the chi flow without any hindrance, right? That is the work of the liver foregate. So liver is making sure that there should be smooth circulation of the chi in each and every part of the body, whether the upper body, the middle body, the lower body, whether the liver channel or any other channel, kidney channels, all other channels. So the liver main job is to ensure that the chi should flow smoothly throughout the body in each and every cell. That is the function of liver. That's why we are telling liver governs the free flow of chi. So we will write this line, very important line. So liver governs the free flow of chi throughout the body. Okay, this is very important. Now suppose due to some reason, due to some physical trauma, due to some accident, or due to emotional trauma or stress, if liver chi get stagnant, if means liver chi get stagnant, it means due to stress, due to suppressed emotions, even due to improper diet, when the liver chi get stagnant, so there is a tension in the liver, tension in liver channel, tension, right? So now this tension will be, it will create tension in blood vessels because liver is making free flow of chi everywhere. If the liver, tension in the liver, and it will create tension everywhere. And the tension is looking like wiry pulse. So wiry pulse means you are having tension. Your chi is not flowing properly. That's why the meaning of Wiry pulse, this pulse is like a guitar string. This pulse is very taut. This pulse is very, very tight and stressed pulse. ऐसे जो खींच के रखी हुई है किसी ने, ऐसी पल्स है, लेकिन ये रस्सी की जितनी मोटी नहीं है. It's not like a rope, it's like a wire. Now, this was the condition number 1. The liver is governing the free flow of chi. Very important sentence for the body. If the liver is not able to govern the free flow of chi, create tension in the pulse, means wiry pulse. Now, condition number 2. Liver control tendon. Okay, liver control tendon, we know. There are lots of tendons in the human body. Or we can tell liver nourishes the tendon. Liver हमारे टेंडन को नरिशमेंट प्रोवाइड करता है, right? Okay. So when the liver is involved, the pulse feel like a stressed tendon. Pulse feel like a stressed tendon. Liver is having the memory of tendon. Liver is having connection with the tendon. So we can see lots of tension in the tendon of the human body. So we can see if the liver chi is having some problem, if the liver is having some problem, then there is chances person might suffer with the tendon injuries and all. Okay. So this was the point number 2. Now the point number 3 is, let's talk about the liver fire rising. Or we can tell liver yang is rising. Whether the liver fire is rising, why the liver fire rises? Can you tell me some reason?
Due to anger.
Yes, number 1, anger, and
Alcohol.
yes,
Alcohol.
alcohol. Next,
Smoking,
Smoking.
spicy food. What else?
night
Late
night
sleeping.
out,
Night, not sleeping properly,
Irritation,
irritability. What else?
frustration,
Frustration. What else?
stress,
Stress. What else?
smoking,
Revenge feeling. Okay, so the most important cause are anger, alcohol, spicy food. They're the main important cause. Because the person is not sleeping, there might be a deficient pattern also. Irritability is the result. Irritability, why the person is having irritability? Because liver is having some problem. Why the person is having frustration? But definitely, if the person is having frustration, irritability, they will also create the issues. Stress will also create the issues. But the liver fire, the main issue, alcohol, spicy food, anger, feeling of revenge, when you are just burning, you are burning. Oh, like this. I will kill him. Like so you can see, if the person is stressful, suppose you are watching the match of India-Pakistan and you are stressful because if suppose your favorite team is not winning the match, okay, then you will close the TV. You will switch off the TV. But if you are having liver fire now, you will break your TV. You might. So liver fire is making the person very aggressive. The liver fire, sometimes person is very angry. He can beat someone, he can kill someone, he can do the murder also of someone. The liver fire quickly higher for a short period of time, person become highly aggressive, even the very aggressive, and can do something which is not good. That is liver fire. Okay. So there is a difference between the liver chi stagnation, which is because of stress, because of suppressed emotions, and the liver fire rising, liver yang rising, suddenly shooting up, and person become too aggressive, even can do some work which is not favorable. Okay. So in this condition, if the person is having liver fire rising or the liver yang rising in this condition, so we can see the pulse will be in the liver fire rising or liver yang rising. What will happen? The pulse will be very stronger and very tense, which is create wiry and very rapid pulse. Okay. So in this way, wiry pulse explaining the condition of tension. Now let's condition the another of the, suppose someone is having liver bind, or we can tell liver means internal bind. Liver bind or the internal bind. Okay. So it's also not good. Do you know some example of the internal bind? What is the internal bind? We can
Stable.
liver govern internal bind. And if there is a too much internal bind, might be due to the some liver blood deficiency or liver yin deficiency, like because of some reason. So what we are telling, this is the glass. In the glass, you are having some juice. Let's consider due to something, this juice is remaining very little. So in the empty space, now what we have? In the empty space, we have air or the wind. The same thing happening in the body. Suppose in the human body, we are having certain level of the liver blood or the certain level of the liver yin, but due to some reason, it getting consumed. So the person is having either the liver blood deficiency or liver yin deficiency, result generation of liver wind. Now what will happen? This will create many complications in the human body. Like I will tell you, very simple complication is tremors, convulsions, मिर्गी के झटके, convulsions, even vertigo, okay, even numbness on the face, tingling sensation on the face. These all are because liver bind is creating tingling, numbness, vertigo, tremors. These all conditions might be there. Pulse. So in this condition, these cases, or even the person might get a stroke. Okay. So because of the internal bind, liver generate internal bind. So in this condition, person is having wiry pulse. Wiry pulse is explaining that something happening wrong with the liver inside the human body. Okay. So in this way, again and again, we are checking about the liver build by ripples, liver yang rising, fire rising by ripples, tendon problem by ripples, liver govern the flow of chi. If the chi is not flowing, creating wiry pulse.
So can you please explain liver blood and in deficiency against the tongue?
Yeah. No, on tongue.
No, that is tongue which you showed, no, sir? Is
Where
that
is
the
your
tongue
tongue?
which you
Here, okay.
This
Oh,
is the
sorry,
tongue?
this is
It
glass.
is a glass.
Okay. Sorry.
I am telling you, I am giving an example. Suppose you are having juice of glass. Juice of glass. Now, if it is remaining this much only, so what is there in the empty space? Air. Suppose there is a leakage in the glass. You are having plastic glass, and there is a leakage in the glass. So your juice will be reducing and remaining very little. And in the empty space, we are having air. In the same way, in the human body, we are having a certain amount of the liver blood. Now, due to some reason, maybe some person is having some disease, some pathology, some wrong lifestyle, internal bleeding. If the liver blood is reducing, so there will be a rising of build, because empty space created, that is rising of blood, which will create numbness, twitching on the face, then twitching on the eyes. That is because of the internal build. Even facial paralysis, stroke, that we have discussed in detail in the TCM. I think you understood the concept. The concept is this: when something is reducing, some material, suppose we are taking our car, and the car, there is a fuel. So fuel are slowly and slowly decreasing. Then we are refilling the fuel in the car. Suppose fuel are decreasing too much and almost ending. Then you are going to the fuel station. Sometime we see the air is going inside. Means they're telling, okay, please refill the fuel in your car or in your bike before it finish 100%. Otherwise, there might be chances of going air. यानी उसमें एयर चली जाती। तो देखो, जहां खाली स्थान होगा वहां एयर तो होगी। जैसे अभी यहाँ पर खाली स्थान है, एयर है, एक गिलास खाली है, उसमें एयर है, पानी डाल दो एयर चली जाएगी, पानी ले लेगा जगह। So when the fluid is decreasing in the human body, or the blood is decreasing in the human body, in the empty space there is air. So when the liver blood deficiency and the liver yin deficiency, any one condition is there, will create liver wind rising. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Even I will tell you, many persons are suffering with the facial paralysis because of this condition, liver wind rising, because of the facial paralysis. I will give you an example. When we talk about the yin mean, like you have seen the sugar cane. In the sugar cane, we are having juice. In the orange or in the all the fruits, we are having juice. The juice we can consider like a yin of the human yin. In the human body also, we are having lots of fluid. That is yin. Now we are doing lots of overwork. We are not sleeping in the night properly. We are overusing our eyes. And we are working on the laptop. We are working on the computer. So if the liver is consuming too much, liver is reduced, liver yin is reducing too much, the body fluids or the liver fluid reducing too much. So we are telling liver yin deficiency. Now, if we are not controlling this liver yin deficiency, keep reducing because of overwork, because of we are not sleeping enough, then there will be next step, liver wind rising. It might create facial paralysis. It might create some tremors. Okay. So
Sir,
in this way, when
when
there is a
liver,
pulse of liver, the meaning of pulse of liver is wiry pulse. It might be any type of the pulse, wiry pulse. Wiry pulse means liver is involved. If you're seeing the tingling on the face, checking the pulse, if it is wiry, means liver is involved. If the person is telling, I'm having a stomach problem, okay, check the stomach pulse. If it is wiry, like a guitar string, so there is a liver invasion on the stomach. So when we see the wiry pulse, like a wiry pulse, then it is showing the liver pattern. Yes, any question?
sir, when liver wind is rising, it's a yang rising.
No, no.
Just liver wind is rising.
Wind is having nature of yang, but we are using this language only. Sometimes we can see, because wind itself, we are telling wind is yang in the nature. Like if you see in the 6 key also, wind, heat, hotness, they're yang. Humidity, dryness, coldness, there is a yin, right? So when we're telling wind rising, okay, we can consider the yang rising, but here we have to use the specific language, because see wind, कहते ना कि अरे वायु रोग हो गया, वात बढ़ गया, there is a attack of wind which is creating tremors. Tremor means wind. जैसे हवा चलती है तो पत्ते हिलते हैं ना. So like with the air we can see all the leaves are moving. So wind is having this nature which can create movement. So there is a too much wind. So there is a tremors, movement, shaking hand, twitching eyes, twitching face, as a twitching face. So these all because of the wind. But if you want to understand wind, heat, hotness, they all are yang in the nature.
और दूसर जब ये विंड बढ़ता है तब वो ग्लास का जूस कम हो गया है.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, जैसे आपने यू आर हैविंग वन ग्लास ऑफ जूस, अब व्हाट यू डिड, उसमें लीकेज हो गया, देयर इज अ लीकेज. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, द जूस इज रिड्यूसिंग, बट व्हाट इज देयर इन द एम्प्टी स्पेस?
विंड.
Wind. In the human body also, like we are having certain amount of the blood, certain amount of the fluid, certain amount of CSF, we are having lots of fluid, we are having blood, lymph, and we are having different type of the liquid in the human body, right? Suppose the body is becoming, if the fluid is decreasing, blood is decreasing, then automatically we'll see because of they are decreasing, wind will increase.
Okay.
Because
When,
there will be empty spaces which will create rising of wind.
when there is an empty space, the other wind will come and fill that space.
Yeah, yeah. Wind will be automatically there. Come will be coming, right? Okay. So now, one more condition we'll discuss here about the liver. So, for example, let's try to understand this concept with one more example. Liver is the not only liver organ, we are telling about the liver meridian. As per the TCM, we are telling liver is the storehouse of blood. Okay. Liver is the storehouse of the blood. It's store the blood. Okay. So when liver blood or chi get stagnant, जब भी लिवर और ब्लड की चीज स्टैग्नेंट होती है, so One more thing, liver is the storehouse of the blood and it supply blood to uterus also. यूट्रस को भी ब्लड सप्लाई करता है. Okay. So when the liver blood or the chi is stagnant, there will be many menstrual problems. Like dysmenorrhea. Why? Because liver chi is stagnant, liver blood is stagnant, not supplying enough blood. Liver chi and liver blood is stagnant, not supplying enough blood. So dysmenorrhea or premenstrual syndrome, PMS. The female are having many problems before the menstruation, like many female are having mood swings, pain in the lower back, pain in the lower abdomen, or irritability, bloating, many problems before starting the period. So when we check the pulse, especially, so we can see the liver pulse become wiry. Generally, we have seen whenever we talk about the liver is the storehouse of blood, and liver supply blood to uterus. So uterus having two very important connection. Uterus. Number one, uterus is having connection with the liver. Number two, uterus having connection with one more vessel, that is chongmo. We will not discuss too much about the chongmo here, but I will tell you, chongmo is one extraordinary vessels who supply blood to the uterus. So here I will do the summary. What is the summary? The liver chi stagnation. If there, agar liver chi ka stagnation, number one, liver chi stagnation means tension in chi flow will create tight string-like pulse that is called wiry pulse. Because the tension will reflect in the pulse. Then second point, the liver fire or the liver yang rising will create too much heat in the body, wiry pulse. Third condition we have seen, liver bend or any other condition, but we have seen here, the all condition will create wiry pulse. See, ultimately wiry pulse means we are talking about liver. हम liver की बात कर रहे हैं. Wiry pulse का मतलब है हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? हम liver की बात कर रहे हैं. So first we have discussed about the tight pulse. Then we have discussed about the wiry pulse. Now we'll discuss about the thready pulse. Thready pulse means like a thread. Thread like कि जो एक सिल्क था ना, सिल्क थ्रेड, वैसी पतली पतली पल्स अंडर फिंगर, might be slow, rapid, whatever. Sometimes it's difficult to detect. So we have to apply little pressure because it's a very thin. So it's a very thin. So sometimes difficult to perceive. कभी कभी इसको परसीव करना थोड़ा कठिन भी हो सकता है. Yes. So now this pulse is very fine, like a silk thread. This pulse is telling about the deficiency. ये deficiency को बताती है. There might be deficiency of the blood. There might be deficiency of the yin. There might be deficiency of the essence. There might be deficiency of the chi. कुछ तो कम है, ब्लड कम है, यिन कम है, इसेंस कम है, ची कम है. ये पल्स कमजोरी बताती है. सपोज इफ द पर्सन इज हैविंग क्रॉनिक इलनेस, ये लंबी बीमारी है, so we can see chronic chi deficiency, then pulse will become 3D pulse. So the 3D pulse means it is telling about the deficient condition. Like for example, take one by one. Suppose someone is having blood deficiency. Some other person is suffering with the yin deficiency. Some other person is suffering with the essence deficiency. Some person is having chronic chi deficiency. Some person is having long illness. These all conditions will create 3D pulse. Because if we talk about the blood deficiency, there is no enough blood in the blood vessels. So there is no proper filling. Which will create very thin and thready pulse. Now, yin deficiency. Yin deficiency means fluid is decreasing. Fluid is very important because fluid is converting the blood is converting the fluid as per the need. You have seen when we are having, someone is having too much blood loss, then doctor giving drip. Through the drip, they are giving fluid. So fluid can convert in the blood. If the fluid is deficient, so it will also create weaker pulse. So fluid is decreasing, yin deficiency. So vessel also losing the fullness. Result, thready pulse. If the person is having essence deficiency, like essence, kidney essence deficiency, okay, definitely it will create thin, thready pulse because this person will be having too much weakness. Now, if the person is having chronic chi deficiency, very poor chi, very poor chi, very weak chi, even cannot push blood. Okay, then circulation will be very poor and create thready pulse. Long illness, same for long illness. With the long illness, there is a depletion of many things from in the body. Depletion of many things. Like all the like blood, yin, Chi, essence, all are deficient due to the long illness, which will create Thready. So in this way, Thready pulse means there might be many conditions. Like person might be having heart blood deficiency, liver blood deficiency, kidney deficiency, like kidney yin, essence, spleen chi deficiency, spleen blood deficiency. So some chronic deficiency. There are some deficiency, that is the Thready pulse. Okay, so it will be Thready pulse. Now, where you are feeling the Thready pulse? You are feeling Thready pulse in the heart position, heart blood deficiency. You are feeling the Thready pulse in the liver position, liver blood deficiency. You are feeling the Thready pulse in the kidney position, kidney deficiency. Right? So Thready pulse, wherever you feel, that will be, that portion will create Thready pulse. Why? Because there is no enough blood volume available, blood is deficient, so vessel is not full. So automatically there is a narrowing of the blood vessels. कि जब blood vessels full नहीं होगी, so blood vessels will be narrow. So if anyone is having chronic anemia and heavy blood loss, pulse will be 3D. The yin deficiency, loss of fluid, loss of nourishment, not enough body fluid. So blood vessel will not able to expand 3D pulse. Okay. So Thready pulse are the sign of deficiency. Like with the age, our essence is decreasing with the age or with the aging. Then Thready and weak pulse is very common. We can consider like a river. Healthy pulse is like a river having good flowing water. Very strong flowing good water. But the Thready pulse is like a very small stream of the water is going. That is the Thready pulse. So wherever you find the Thready pulse, you have to see the poor blood flow. So now I have prepared one quiz of the 30 questions, 10 question of Thready pulse, 10 question of Wiry pulse, 10 question of tight pulse. So I think you see this video once again of today, then we'll solve that quiz tomorrow. Okay? Same, we will discuss these three things and we'll give, so whatever we'll do at 5:15, I will give that quiz, or 5 o'clock I will that quiz. So 5 to 5:30 tomorrow, you solve that quiz. Then 5:30 onwards, we will discuss the same quiz. The pulse will be based on this discussion, what we have done just now. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Yes.
So now let's close. Any question?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So let's see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you. Evening class है ना, sir?
Just one question.
Yes, please.
So why do we say liver fire rising? Liver is wood element, right? So shouldn't we say liver wood is rising?
Actually, I will tell you, liver bind is rising is a different condition. Liver fire is rising in a different condition. See, I will give you one example. When we are telling liver bind is rising, bind is having nature of movement. It will create flickering, it will get twitching, it will create tremors, it will create Parkinson, it will create the numbness. Okay. And when we talk about the liver fire, fire is having nature. Fire means which is having connection with the blood pressure. So the person might be having very high blood pressure, like 180, 120. So when we talk about very aggressive nature, very worsting type of the nature. So actually in the 5 element, if you see the wind and fire, there are two different elements. Both are coming in the yang, but both are different elements. Wind, so liver is having both liver wind and liver fire. One more thing. Like if liver wind is there, it might create fire. And the liver fire is there, it might create wind. Both can convert in different condition. Suppose one patient is coming to you and after getting very too much anger, suddenly got high blood pressure. So will work on the liver fire, right? So high blood pressure,
I
even
was thinking,
yeah.
since liver belongs to wood element, how will liver have fire?
Actually,
That's what.
you have to, that's why you have to go in the deeper understanding the TCM, because in the TCM, we are having these lots of terminology. Like we will see liver bind is it? See liver, what is the meaning of liver? Liver is a bind. But when we talk about the bind, I will explain here. So let's see the 5 elements here. Liver, heart. So liver, heart, spleen, lung and kidney. So when we talk about the liver is a voodoo, what is the meaning of that? In the liver, we are having a highest amount of the voodoo. Suppose 50%. But in the liver, we also have fire. In the liver also we have earth. In the liver, we also have metal. In the liver, we also have water. So liver is also made by 5 elements. Liver cannot only bind. Why we are telling liver as a bind? Because liver is having comparatively more bind. Okay. So sometimes we can see liver bind is rising. Sometimes liver fire is rising. Now suppose if the liver fire, wood is 50%, that is the normal for liver, right? In the remaining 50%, there is a 4 part. Suppose this is 12.5% fire. Now, if it is reaching 18%, then we are telling liver fire rising. So liver fire rising will create some complications. In the same way, if you go any element, like if we go in the spleen also we are having all the 5 elements, but earth element is highest. In the lungs also we are having all the 5 elements, but the metal element is highest. In the kidney, we are having all the 5 elements, but water element is highest. That's why even we see Sujogna. In the Sujog, we are telling we can divide the liver in many parts: liver 1, liver 2, liver 3, liver 4, and liver 8. So liver 1 is the wood point, liver 2 is the fire point, earth point, metal point, water point, because within the liver also we have all the 5 elements. Suppose if the liver is having too much fire, we want to control the liver fire, then sedate liver 2, increase liver 8, which is the water point. Okay. So in this way, liver is the wood, but it includes all the 5 ingredients. Got it?
Thank you for great explanation, sir. One last question. Can there be scenarios like liver fire rising, liver earth rising, liver water rising, or is it only liver wind
Yeah.
and liver?
So in this condition, some things create problems. Something is not creating problem, right? Suppose we tell liver water rising. So it is not creating problem. Even person is not having liver water rising. Why? Because suppose if there is too much air, too much heat, too much air. So the nature of air, So liver is create only two complications most of the time, either the liver wood or liver fire. Other things, most of the either the balance or the deficient side. So they don't create much problem. Most of the time we see liver water is deficient. So when the person is suffering with the impotency, erectile dysfunctions, we see, oh, liver, we need to increase the liver water that time. We are working on the liver aid. Liver aid is the very good point for increasing the erectile dysfunction, because liver is sending some yin material to the genital part. But because of the hyperactivity of the liver, which is the nature of liver is yang in the nature. The real nature of the liver is yang. So that's why when we talk about the problems and the complications, it creates liver build and liver fire. So we are discussing only the problem which create problems. We are not discussing but if you want to go in the deeper understanding, yes, we can go in the each and everything. What will happen if liver wood is high? What will happen if the liver fire is high? What will happen if the liver metal is high? Yes, you can go in the deeper understanding, but the TCM, it's not there. In the TCM, they have discussed only the pattern which is creating problems, right? Like most of the time we talk about the liver earth is deficient most of the time, right? In this way, so there are many cycle has developed mother-son law, grandmother-grandson law, subjugation cycle, anti-subjugation cycle. These all cycle just to make understand these all relationships. Okay, so you can see these all the things in the TCM, then you will understand all the things properly, right?
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Okay, sir. Just reading those.
Sir, connected with this thing, that liver earth is deficient, then which bilirubin and all that yellow.
Don't think in that way. When we talk about the liver earth, we are not talking about the liver organ. We are thinking for the entire liver meridian, which is going from toes to chest, then internal pathway going in the genital part in the throat, then also crossing the lips, going on the top of the head. We are thinking for entire liver meridian, which is crossing entire body. We are not. So liver earth means we can consider, what is earth? Earth means blood. What is earth? Earth is
Blood?
blood. Spleen is blood now.
Yeah.
So when most of the time, suppose liver, sometimes liver become deficient. So liver earth has become deficient, or so that time we are telling liver blood deficiency. But these terms are in the TCM, we are using different terms like liver wind rising, liver fire rising, then liver blood deficiency. Liver is attacking on the lungs. And in this way, liver yin is deficient. In the TCM, we have different language. But if you try to go in the deeper understanding, then you will understand, okay, this is high, this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high, this is like that.
Sir, I
Can
have
I
one doubt,
request
sir.
one
Yeah.
thing, sir? After this Wiry pulse and all we understand, can you suggest at a time some points to
No.
No?
Point will be suggested in the TCM class. See, if we go in the
But not, sir, in TCM class, again, that connection of pulse will not.
I am telling that why it is not possible, then it will go for 6 months.
No, just some protocol.
No.
connect with-
I will tell you,
No?
it is possible for you how to do. When I am telling liver chi stagnation, right? Period by repulse. Now the protocol of the liver chi stagnation already given the TCM. You can go in the TCM course. You already can access that course. And there is a liver pattern. There is a 1 by 1. Okay, liver pattern, then the kidney pattern, lung pattern, heart pattern, right? So when we talk about the liver fire, there is a liver fire pattern. So you have to, because that thing, when we have discussed about that pattern now, it take only pattern to 3-4 months. Only pattern. That time we not discuss the pulse. So right now we are talking about the pulse. Okay, now you're thinking, oh, liver binder rising. Immediately go in the TCM and see that pattern, right? Then it will be easy for you. So the thing, and one more thing, there are many person, they have done TCM already. So the people will not like, again, I am discussing liver chi stagnation protocol. We already have discussed.
Just not discussing, just वो एक खाली बता के छोड़ देने.
It will take 3 to 4 months extra. It
Okay.
is really very difficult, right?
Okay,
But
no
I
problem.
think what to do, but I got your point. I will think what to do. But right now, my main focus, okay, accessing the pulse, but will think if it is
नहीं,
possible.
सर उसी टाइम पे ना एक फिक्स हो जाता है कि ये वायरी पल्स मिला, ये लगा दो, फिनिश.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा. बायरी पल्स स्टमक में मिला, उसका अलग पैटर्न होगा.
हाँ वो.
So that's why right now we have to understand the concept. और फिर देखते हैं आगे क्या करना. अभी तो पल्स इतनी सारी बची हुई है ना, अभी उन पल्स को
हाँ.
जाने में अभी नाक में दम आने वाली है ना पूरी. अभी बहुत पल्स बाकी है.
सही है.
The 29
सही है.
pulse, the 29
सही.
pulse is there in this. Okay.
Sir,
Sir, TCM questions we can
Very
ask
right.
in the discussion
sir.
forum of the
Yes, please.
the TCM pulse. I mean TCM questions we can ask in the discussion forum of the TCM course, no? Will that be okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, hamstrings में muscle cramps आते ना sir, is this for cause of liver blood deficiency and tight pulse?
Can you?
Most of the people, hamstrings area में most of the people will get cramps.
Yes, yes.
Is it for the cause of liver blood deficiency?
No. Actually, if there is a cramps in the hamstring muscles, number one, it might be liver blood deficiency, but number two, it might be some other problem, because hamstring muscles having nerve supply from the sciatica nerve, might be there is a compression in the lower back. Okay, some pathology of the lower back. So you have to find out some other pattern, maybe degeneration of the disc, maybe some kidney involvement, kidney deficiency. So we cannot tell quickly that spasm or the cramps anywhere in the body is because of the liver blood deficiency, right? Especially if you talk about the hamstring muscles, right? Because in the legs, lots of nerve coming from the lower back area. If any pathology in the lower back, it will reflect in the leg. So what you can do, you have to collect all the symptoms, then you make the diagnosis. Don't just fix in the mind, cramps means liver blood deficiency. No, it's not like that.
Just now class tight means liver
But
blood
this is
deficiency.
true, but suppose I will tell you some person is sleeping in the night and suddenly there is a cramps in the muscle. It might be due to calcium deficiency. It might be due to magnesium deficiency. It might be due to the blood deficiency. Because if the person is having liver blood deficiency and might suffer with the cramps in the night, then when he is keeping doing little massage and giving the support of some surface, पैर में क्रेम आया, किसी सर्विस का सपोर्ट दे दिया तो क्रेम कम हो जाता है. वो एक पैटर्न. तो आप कोरिलेट करिए और भी सिम्टम देखिए ना. अगर आपको लगता है हाँ यार इसको लिवर के सिम्टम मिल रहे हैं, तो फिर वो कंफर्म हो. इसके लिए क्या कर सकते
Sir,
हैं?
not drinking enough water also, no, sir?
Yeah, dehydration. I told you dehydration also responsible. Like we have done the camps now here for hockey players. We found many hockey players are not drinking enough water. They're drinking water, but their body demands is little higher because they are playing a lot. So because of like Joe's Junoon and they are forgetting to drink the water. Dehydration also create cramps. Right? So what you can do, I will suggest you one thing. Make a very big paper. ऐसे एक white color का paper लो. Write down all the meridian, like liver meridian, heart meridian, and write all the patterns and 3 4 symptoms with the protocols. It will help a lot. एक ऐसा पेपर लीजिए बड़ा white, उसमें सारे meridian लिख लीजिए, 12 meridian, 12 meridian, and below every meridian write whatever the pattern, 8 pattern, 10 patterns with few symptoms and protocols. It will help a lot. We can do that. अभी कविता जी तो बोलेंगी आप बना के दे दो. बना के दे दो.
हाँ सर, बहुत मजे तो रेडी.
सर आपके पास होगा सर, बनाने का जरूरत नहीं है.
नहीं ऐसा
अरे बनाया हुआ रहता है ना, वो सामने
Sir,
दिखता है।
already you
हाँ,
have
लेकिन ये दिमाग में आई, ये बनाएंगे, ठीक है।
हाँ सर, एक मस्त आपके हिसाब से एक मस्त
हाँ हाँ
बना।
हाँ हाँ। चलो ठीक है।
वो क्या, एक पेज हाथ में ना,
हाँ वही, एक्चुअली यू वांट बस,
गाइड के जैसे रहता है ना सर, पेज हाथ में।
वही आप चाहते हैं ना कि,
टाइम पे,
वही आप चाहते हैं ना कि ऐसे लिवर चीज स्टेग्नेशन क्या, ऐसे
हाँ,
ग्रुप में
उसके साथ में ना फिर पल्स का भी एक ब्रैकेट करने
Yes.
का। हम कैसे वो 60 का वो चार्ट बना के देते हैं
हाँ।
स्टूडेंट को, सेम उसमें वायरी, ये पल्स, ये
तो थोड़ा
मजा आ जाए सर, इतना कॉम्पैक्ट ना,
या
सब
बिल
पेशेंट को। हाँ सर,
प्लान, ठीक है, डन। तो चलिए लेट्स
थैंक यू,
अभी मिलेंगे कल टुमारो। ओके, गुड
थैंक
नाइट।
यू, थैंक यू।